Hello, this is Brad Wiseman. You're listening to Real Estate and You. We are back in the studio with Pete Heim. He's the repeat guest every single month, and we don't get sick of him, which is pretty amazing. I'm sure his wife does, though. You know what? You know she's going, oh my gosh, how do you deal with him every friggin' week, right? So we do have Pete Heim here in the studio to talk about what's going on in the market. There's a lot going on in the market. There's a lot of changes going on, and I'm excited for this episode because we really have to make sure, Pete, that we keep things cool.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? I mean, there's so far already, the media is grabbing a hold of things and they love the doom and gloom out there. So we have to set them straight. We have to let them know that shifting in a market is not a terrible thing. It's just a change in the market.
That's right.
And the reality is this: buyers should love this shift. Because here's the thing, house prices are not going to be at 20% a year. You know what I mean? I mean, sellers are going to level off a little bit, but they've made the money.
Yeah.
They've made some good money.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So let's talk about that. Where are things at right now?
Well, I mean, I picked up a couple of things from KCM again.
Yeah.
And I also have a little bit of stat from CoreLogic, the Case Shiller guys,
Yeah.
who do a lot of analysis.
Yeah, studies and
like
things.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. We'll guys like us can't.
Yeah.
We'd love to see the results, but we don't like to get into that.
We're graph geeks.
We're
graph geeks.
Which we will have.
Yes,
today.
we will.
Thank you, Hugo. But I want to talk about the lending of today is not the same as it was in the past. I mean, in the past, I'm talking like just a little bit before the bubble to now. Okay.
Okay.
And I just picked up this KCM thing, and Hugo, there's this lending standards are still under control thing. The higher this number goes, this is called the Mortgage Credit Availability Index.
Okay.
Like, how available is credit?
Okay.
Okay. Back in 2004, 5, 6, and I think it peaked close to 7.
How available is credit? Okay.
Yeah, that number was 868.7.
Oh gosh.
And you can look
is
at
that
the
we're seeing the graph?
See that?
Now we're looking at a graph here. It says lending standards are still under control. So you're saying the higher that number, you're saying back in 2007, it was close to 900.
Yeah. And now it's at 121.
Wow.
And guys, that was the bubble. That bubble this graph is perfect because it shows you that it was a lending practice problem.
Right. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
And credit is not as available now. That's what that means. So 868.7 versus 121.
Yeah.
We're at 1/8 basically of credit availability. That means you have to have good credit. Actually,
sure,
you can't.
Which is good.
You can't loan 110% of the mortgage of the house value. These things have gone away, and that's a good. And that's a good thing. Okay, that was the one point I wanted to make today. You're sure.
It makes me cough and cry at the same time. It's amazing. Yeah,
yeah. I know your wife said that too. She said about how you cough and cry all the time. It's kind of weird. Anyway.
Yeah. Wow, weird conversation there.
And Michelle says hi, by the way.
Yeah, Michelle's awesome.
She is.
How the hell does she put up with you, though? Seriously.
I still, after 31 years, I don't get it.
Yeah, neither do I.
I know we married up.
Yeah. Do you see her? Do you ever see her? Or
barely.
Barely.
Hi, honey.
That's probably it. Yeah.
She sees me.
She watches the show. She goes, "Oh, there he is.
That's my.
He's gotten grayer than I used to remind him of. It's like, whoa, this is weird. All right. So what do we else got? We digress.
Gosh, we're horrible. Anyway, another. Oh wait, Hugo, I might have another lending one in there. Do I not? Yes. Which basically
is this the one with the credit score?
No, this is the one this is nothing like the last time is the title. And it's by graph, it shows you the volume of loans in billions with a credit score under 620.
Okay, so that was the one. So a credit score under 620.
Under 620. Look at that. This is crazy.
We have nothing on the screen. I don't know what's going on there. That's all right. It's all right.
The orange bars in 2003, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are.
Show it to that camera there.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
There's the graphic.
So tell me again what the orange bars are.
Okay, the orange bars, that's the billions of dollars that were loaned with credit scores under 620.
Oh my gosh. Okay. No wonder we were in trouble back then. And what are those years?
Look where we are.
Yeah, we're like it's like nothing compared to the rest of them.
Yeah. Quarter 1, 2022 it's under 50.
That's unbelievable.
The peak was
so credit scores are much better.
Dude,
than they were.
They're making sure that people actually have a good credit score before they lend the money.
Well, go figure. Yeah. But also too,
Novel.
you can still get an FHA loan for 580 score,
Absolutely.
right?
You
So
can.
that's still
It's still there.
good.
It's still there, but the amount of it
Is a lot
is
less.
what it was.
So
Yeah,
once again,
yeah.
what does this show us? It shows that we are still in good condition.
We're phenomenal.
There's no bubble. There's no
No.
craziness going on with lenders.
Thank you.
We're in good shape.
Yeah, we're in great shape.
We're in good shape.
So, and then the next thing I have, as mortgage rates rise, right?
Yeah.
Homeowners are beginning to wonder if the value of their homes will fall.
Right.
Right? It's
Right.
natural. Right? Price appreciation is accelerating. And this is a year-over-year price increase by month. And
Okay.
I don't know if we have it or not. I don't know if we can get
That's
it.
right. So it says 20.
But
It says 20.9. I think is what it says for right now.
right now it's 20.9.
Okay.
That's year over year.
That's unbelievable.
And from January of 21, it's gone from 10 to 20.9. There was a period of July, August, September, October, November,
Yeah.
18% pretty much. And even since November, 18.5, 19.1, 20, 20.9.
Wow.
Okay. So what's that tell you? What's it say? That's an inventory problem.
Absolutely.
Still.
Which
Yeah.
I think, and then you're looking across, now that's the national, right?
This is national.
So
yeah.
what I'm seeing, and we're starting to see slowly here, we just checked that. What was it? 342 homes are on the market now
Yep.
in Berks County.
Right.
That's about the highest we've seen it probably since Christmas.
Yeah.
And what I noticed this week, and I was telling Susan this or somebody else this, what was really interesting, Pete, is that typically what was happening is every Monday through Friday, we'd build up inventory.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, we would deplete the inventory we had from agreements, which
Yep.
is fine, which is what we expect. And then we'd start all over again on Monday. This is the first weekend that I can remember a long time that we stayed pretty much where we were.
We did, because it was 339.
Yes, and it stayed right
Yeah.
around the 330 mark. So we have been above
Memorial Day,
300.
though. It was
What's that?
Memorial Day.
Yeah, and that's the same thing I
people
said. I'm
were,
giving it
know,
something for that. Yeah, exactly.
or whatever.
So
growing up.
I just funny that I think things are starting to change a little bit.
It is.
A
I was
shift,
telling you
whatever you call it.
earlier, and if you're my sellers listening, I mean, it's you. You know who you are. I mean, if people are, it's as realtors.
Yeah.
It's our job to educate our clients. Yes.
Absolutely.
And to set certain expectation levels.
Yes.
And shame on us. And this is a shame on me right now. And this is therapy for me. I didn't quite talk to these last two listings I just got enough
because we're
about
not ready for it
that.
yet.
It might not be 3 hours. It might be a week
To get an agreement.
or two. Yeah.
Yeah.
It might, I'm sorry. Yeah. To clarify, less showings.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And a little bit more time on the market. This is okay. This is
Actually,
fine.
it's very okay.
Yeah. So
It actually gives people time to think.
yeah.
And to and to get reasonable again. I mean, the buyers have been, and nothing wrong with that. I have buyers, I have sellers, I have both sides,
Sure.
in different situations.
Yep.
Buyers haven't been doing inspections,
Yep.
so,
It's coming back.
that's going to come back.
Yeah.
And reality is that's normal.
Sure.
That's normal.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a lot of these things are going to revert back. And like you said, we as agents need to start building the expectation. And we're telling you as sellers out there now, don't get upset or worried if it doesn't sell in the first weekend.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's okay.
But here's what we got to also do too. We still, I mean, even through this craziness,
Mhm.
and Brad, I know you're good at this too. We still have to price them properly.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
because all the other issues that go along with it,
Yeah,
right? With appraisals and
market
stuff like
value is market value, whether it's a good market, bad market,
Yeah.
low market,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Market value is market value.
that. Yeah. And I threw myself guilt. I'm going to throw myself into the same guilty mix as, you throw something on the market right now, it's going to go.
Oh yeah.
And that's the way it's been kind of 2-3
And
years now.
certain areas, it's going to go really quick.
Yeah.
And I think what we'll see too is that there tends to be, the heart of the county, the different districts in that area tend to go fast and tend to do well all the time.
Yeah.
So those will be the last ones we'll see.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff on the fringes, like in the suburbs and more rural areas, they tend to go a little bit slower as far as sales. So you're going to start to see those going back to where they
Sure.
used to be. And it's not there's anything wrong with those houses. It's just the way it is.
It's
People
just
want to
changing.
be in the heart as opposed to being in the rural areas. So it's going to be interesting to watch. It really is. And it is interesting right now because we kind of knew this was coming.
Yeah, we did.
For a long time. I think if it wasn't for COVID, we would have experienced this a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Probably. Yeah, you're right.
I think COVID kind of put the
Right.
brakes on.
Yeah.
It also made people realize that they need to move on dreams and things that they want to do faster than what they thought they should.
Yeah.
Because that whole COVID thing came up, and a lot of people were putting things on hold. And well, I can do this 3-4 years from now, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, what if you're not around, or what if things change in your life?
Sure.
So
I have we have prayer group on Tuesday night, and one of the guys that are there, Mike, if you're watching, hey Mike, and I'm going to give you credit here, Mike Starling, good guy, watched the statistic of the top 13 urban centers in the United States and where the people went.
Oh, interesting.
And it was really, really
Interesting.
interesting.
Yeah.
And it was really mostly what you were just saying right now. It's confirming that it was COVID, and people realizing that, you know what, I can work from anywhere now, or whatever. I need to be near my grandkids, whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
I'm just going to go do it.
Yeah.
And it was like every major metropolitan area lost people.
Yeah,
everywhere.
Of course.
And California, the state of California, lost a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah.
I know Arizona picked up a lot of California people because my daughter lives there.
Right next door.
She says there's California plates everywhere.
Yeah.
Idaho picked up a lot of people. Central Ohio was one of them, which was I thought interesting.
That is interesting.
Farmland out there.
Yep.
People are going rural.
Yeah, exactly.
They are, and it was an interesting.
Well, and
thing.
I think because the cities were the most affected. The closer you were to people, the more effect that COVID had.
Yep.
So if you wanted to, have a better survival rate or a better way of life, you moved out into areas where there was less people.
Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It was funny that Florida wasn't on that list, but Texas was, and things like that. So it was interesting.
Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool. What else you seeing? Anything else in the market going on?
Well, I got this CoreLogic thing here. Oh, that just confirms the year-over-year 20.6 thing. Okay,
yeah.
So let's go.
So do you think I think we're going to start seeing the appreciation things really going to start easing up.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see it first in days on market.
Oh, definitely.
And we're going to start seeing offers that aren't full price.
Yep.
Probably for a while.
Thank goodness. FHAs will come back in, VAs. And I that's a good thing.
It is.
I mean, there's a lot of people that wanted to buy over the past couple of years that were either buying VA or buying FHA that were pretty much pushed out of the market because they were not considered to be a premium buyer.
Yeah.
When in the past, we all looked at them as, hey, got a good credit score, you got a good job, and everything else, hell yeah, come on in.
Yeah,
we'll sell it to you.
So I think really
good.
I have a real brief good news, bad news thing.
Oh, here we go. Do I get to tell you which one I want to hear first? No, okay. No. Just check.
I'm gonna give you the bad news because I always like to end on
I was gonna say bad news first. Yeah, let's do that.
The bad news is I think we're experiencing as an economy and as a society something bigger than the real estate market.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yep.
Gas prices.
Yep.
Food shortages.
Yep.
I'm reading that there's wheat not being planted in certain fields, thousands of acres not getting planted because of fertilizer costs.
Yep.
Things like that. And I think it's a bit. I mean, some people are running fearful.
Yeah.
And are worried about inflation, that a lot of their money is going in the gas tank and just to provide for their family.
Yeah.
And if they were looking for a house, and now that the interest rates are pushing 6%, they're thinking,
right,
maybe I'm just going to drop off now.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think we're shaking out those fence riders and the people who were so tight that just can't get what they want at the price they were originally looking at right now. So I think we're experiencing that. I think that's really if you call that bad news, I don't know if you call it.
Oh, it's bad news.
It's really a settling down, but no, it's more the bigger problem issues.
I think you gotta have a pause. There's a little pause.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing. I mean, we should all be able to survive a pause.
Yep.
And I think it's a pause because people do need to sit back and just kind of reevaluate. Okay, now, the rates are higher, so I'm paying more interest. I'm not gonna be able to afford as much house.
Right.
I mean, some of this affordability stuff, when you look from 3% to 5%, we talked about this before. I mean, that could be $100 and some $1,000 affordability wise.
It can,
and that's a big deal.
Yeah, $500, $600, $700 a month, whatever price range you're in. It's big. But
it'll be interesting.
But the good news, and Brad, you and I have been through, I don't know how many market changes.
Several.
Well, we were about the same amount of time.
Yeah, you're in longer than me. I don't know how much different it was. I was in 92. You started in the 80s, I think,
84.
late 80s or mid 80s.
Yeah, it's close to the same.
So
about 4.
You might have seen. You saw probably the end of a recession in '84.
It was the high interest rates. It was pushing 20%.
You saw that. You saw that start to go. Oh, this is good.
Yeah. So everyone's complaining about 6%. I started when it was like 15.
Nice. So if you can do it, then you can do it anytime.
Exactly. So that's a shift.
Yeah.
But then we talked about, I think it was a podcast or two ago, about usually crises are what bring the rates down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we were thinking Ukraine might have done that. It did.
Yeah, it did.
But anyway, here's my point. My point is whenever there's a change like that,
Mhm.
it's a unbelievable opportunity for a move-up buyer.
Yeah.
This is if you own a house right now and need to sell it and you need to move up, it is the best time to do
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
because of the way the price ranges are going.
Yep.
The higher price range stuff is softening
Yep.
quicker than the lower price
It
stuff.
will, absolutely.
And if you're selling at low price, you're gonna capitalize
Yep.
big time. And if you're buying on higher price, you're gonna capitalize because it's softening down.
Yeah, the first price ranges, that soften are the ones at the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So if you're thinking about moving up, this is the ideal time. We might not see a time this good.
Yeah, I agree.
On the
I
move
agree
up,
with you.
on
I
the
agree.
move up buyer
I
or
agree with you
seller.
there.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. That's
Yeah.
very possible.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. I'm excited for this market. I really am.
Yep.
I'm excited to see where it's going to go. I'm excited to see what people do, what the rates do. You know, what's the end of this year going to look like? When we look back at after 2022, it'll be exciting to look back and go, okay, either we were way the hell off. Or and that's where the Pete and Brad show ends. And they'll be like, those guys knew nothing at all about 2022. Houses are still going at 30% increase, you know, rates are at 2.5%, and everything's fine, you know. So that'll be us, right? We'll be looking back. So that's all right. It's just all part of fake news.
That's right.
I mean, it's fun. It's fine. Thanks so much, Pete, for coming to the studio again, buddy. I appreciate the update. Thanks for keeping us up to date. What's going on? We appreciate it. He'll be back again next month. Thanks so much for listening. See you soon.